Welcome back to In Your Head with Shannon Standiford. It's been a new season, and hopefully you guys checked out the last episode with Brittany Phillips coming back. It was always great to talk to her. Um, this week, we have yet another returnee. We have, well, someone that you might recognize. She was our most listened to Spotify episode, and there were some circumstances where I had to take her episode off of YouTube for personal reasons. Me and her talked about it. Um, so I'm sure we'll get into that in the interview with Pippa Nelly. I honestly don't remember how you say her actual name, but we're going back to Australia, and what better person to have back than Nelly? She is funny. She's lived a life, and if you go back and if you remember her episode, she went through some shit. She went through a whole lot of things. She's been sick. She's had cancer. She's had lupus. She, she was trying. Someone in her family tried to fucking murder her. But she did it. She got through everything, and she's back. She's back with us, and honestly, I've been able to keep in contact with her, and she is such a fantastic woman. So if this is your first time watching or listening to Pippa, Nelly, whatever we're calling her, then go back to listen on Spotify and listen to that story. It's a very long episode, but it's totally worth it. As a matter of fact, as of recording on this episode, I had to wake up super fucking early uh, to record this because with the time difference, it was already like evening time for her, and it's like early morning for me. So, if I look tired, it's probably due to the fact that I am tired because I had to wake up really early for this episode. But I promise you, it is always worth it. It's always worth having somebody come back because they feel safe with telling their story, or they just feel comfortable, and we just have fun. So, welcome back, Nelly, Pippa, whatever we're calling you. Enjoy.
In the quiet of the night where dreams take flight, voices whisper softly, shining like the stars so bright. Every heart has a story, don't you ever forget. Let's open our minds, share the journey, no regret. Here we gather, a circle of hope, sharing laughter and tears, we learn just how to cope. Every tale we tell, it helps to heal our souls. In the space of understanding, together we become whole. So let the words flow, let the music rise. In your head with Shannon, the stories come alive. Every heartbeat echoes where our spirits thrive. From fears to triumphs, we'll paint the skies anew. With this podcast journey, I'm here with you.
Well, Nelly, welcome back. Good
Thank you.
evening to you. It's 5:00 in the fucking morning for me. It's what I love about our chats.
Yeah, it's great. I'm ready for bed, and you're just waking up, so it's a
Yeah,
good
well, I'm still ready for bed.
thing.
So it's been oh, about a year and a half, almost close to 2 years since you've been on the show.
Yeah.
Tell us what's been going on with you, because if you haven't if you didn't hear her first podcast, and we'll get into some little controversy that we had with that on the video version on YouTube. You went through a lot, and you told like this tremendous story about everything that you've gone through. So what? Tell us what's going on with you now.
Wow. I went through a very big mental health journey last year. So I made a new friend, which for me, that's a big thing. And because she's gone through her own trauma, she's very understanding. And she's taught me things like boundaries, because to me, I don't know that. I don't know a lot of things like, from my last podcast. To me, that is normal. That kind of negative, traumatic, crappy life.
Mm-hmm.
And it was last year was a whole year of learning about who I am and mentally as well. I am not where I want to be yet. Like I feel like I still have a lot to go. But yeah, it was a, what would you call it? More of a recovery year for me. I'm in recovery.
That is a good way to look at it. After literally everything that you said, which I still get new people if they are listening to your episode that's still on Spotify. They'll stop me and they'll be like, "Wow, that Nelly woman was just how damn," like all the adjectives, and all the questions, and I was like, well, if you listen to the entire show, you know, uh, if you listen to me, I'm very much in awe of you still to this day about everything that you've gone through. I mean, I I don't even know how you went through things. So between the cancers and like the fucking collecting the infinity gauntlet of like illnesses and shit like that.
Hey, what can I
Uh,
say?
I
What can
remember,
just
Nelly. I told you,
find
okay.
all of them?
Illnesses, whether they be mental or physical illnesses, they're not Pokemon. You cannot catch them all. Okay, you got
Maybe some people want to.
some people collect, paintings and Funko Pops. No,
Yeah.
Nelly over here collects illnesses.
Yeah.
So, all right. So
Okay.
let's get into the physical part of your journey. How are you feeling now?
I'm not going to say that I am great. I feel like there is a lot more for me to accomplish mentally, physically, all of that. Cancer wise, I still got my tumor going.
Oh, this is what I love about our conversations.
Me and Travis back there are doing great. Um, um, look, it's all under control. There's a lot of medication. That was a journey in itself. I'm on a whole bunch of new ones, still on some old ones. I did hit in November my 10-year remission for leukemia. So that was huge. I never thought that I would see that day, because as a kid with that illness, which was the most hardest one for me, you'd get told all the time in school or just by people, where do you see yourself in a year, or where do you see yourself in 5 years? I never really thought of that, because I didn't know that I would see myself living tomorrow, like the next day. So that was always a bit hard. Now I'm slowly starting to set these goals that I never thought I would ever set before. So that's definitely been exciting. to start thinking of them. I don't think I've really set any goals just yet, but there's a couple of things that my best friend and I are doing that we're both very interested in, which probably you've seen, the whole hunting ghosts and stuff.
Yes. The whole ghost hunting thing. Yes.
Hey, I didn't get to be one myself, so why not go and look for them?
Take your time with that one, okay? Take your time with becoming a ghost, okay? I mean,
Yeah. But yeah, like it's been so last year, just after my birthday, things got very heavy. And it was really hard to pinpoint what it was because at the end of the day, mental health, it just comes as, I've listened to a lot of the people in on your on your channel and whatnot, and just in general. But when you've had obviously a life like that since before you were even born, and then the moment you popped out, to you that's a normal, and then when eventually it does catch up to you, like I'm not a big crier, and I can't really sit here and tell you exactly what happened because I feel like in that particular moment everything kind of just went black for me, and all I could think about was the main goal was to end everything for myself. I remember being in the bedroom, things just got really heavy, and I went to the garage and decided to, well, let's just say I never listened to my granddad on how to tie ropes because I fucking failed. I fell on my ass. That was the day I could genuinely say I don't think I've ever cried and laughed so much at the same time. And yeah, I told Jared I need help, which he was extremely proud of me because that's something that isn't something that I would ever do. It's kind of like sweep it under the rug. It's fine. And there are some really great mental health places here in Australia. So the one that I went to is completely private, women only. I think they take only up to 12 patients. And I was there, supposed to be there for 2 weeks, but they obviously, if you need more help, you're there for a bit longer. And so I was there for about a month, which was really hard because I'm not used to being away from home and in my bubble. It got to a point where I didn't want to go outside. I didn't want to go to the groceries. I didn't leave the bedroom. Like I started really falling back. Usually I would sit in the lounge room and watch TV. It got to the point where it was just bedroom, stayed there all day, didn't talk to anyone, nothing. So yeah, my mental health started to decline dramatically. When I got back, I mean, if you have any questions about the actual facility itself, I will answer that. When I came home, I felt good, but also bad at the same time because in my head, I'm like, what's the point of all of this if no matter how I'm feeling, if I'm trying to make something better for me, it's not going to change or make anyone else. Like just family support that, especially if they're stuck in their ways. It's not going to work if I'm talking about mental health and they're like, oh, there's no such thing. So to me, it's like, what's the point of getting help if no one else can really help you as well? But that was definitely a very big wake-up call. I saw a lot of psychiatrists, a lot of psychologists. I started a therapy called EMDR.
What's that?
Eye movement something. So it's technically a technique they use for veterans because normal therapy didn't work. And what they do is, so they slowly, they get to know you. Obviously, you do a couple of sessions where they get to talk to you, and then eventually they make you relive certain moments to replace it with a good memory. I don't have any good memories. Every good memory has a bad ending. So EMDR was a epic fail. And because it's like, it's hang on. Cognitive something. I don't know. It's going to do my head in. Ugh. I figured out that BPD is something that is very high for me. So I have been re-diagnosed a lot. I already had the diagnoses, but now I have been, as an adult, obviously ADHD is still there.
No.
No, me ADHD? No. They said, what's it called? BPD. And I'm like, what? I don't understand what BPD is though. Like that one, that's new to me. And OCD. And I'm like, but that's just cleanliness. That's what I thought. And
Yeah.
they're like, no, tell me something. Something that, is, and I'm like, okay, to me, it's normal. If just say I'm driving to my mum's house and I see a fire truck, instantly my head's like, yep, my house is on fire. I better go back. Everyone's going to die. If the fridge isn't the way it should be, size, color, and everything, I feel like I'm going to literally rip my skin. And they're like, that is severe OCD. So I'm now medicated for that. So that's just great. And BPD, OCD, ADHD. And then they're like, I always knew that I had anxiety and depression, but then they're like, oh, you've got CPTSD. And I'm like, what's a C for? And they're like, it's complex.
Right.
Oh, okay. So I don't just have PTSD. I've got complex PTSD.
Why wouldn't you?
Yes. I'm like, what's the difference? They're like, PTSD is just say everything is fine, but one day you had a car accident. It's one event that's caused you PTSD, and it's very easy to deal with. It's like a one event kind of thing. CPTSD is multiple events that say go from birth onwards or your whole teenage years. That's a bit more harder to deal with. And I'm like, oh, okay.
That makes sense, considering everything that
Yeah.
you've told me. Yeah, that one
Yeah.
makes sense.
And then they're like, and you've got suicidality, I'm like, yeah. And you
I
have,
feel like
and
at some point there's
I'm like,
almost everybody is, picking that
yeah,
one up.
yeah. Um, so they're like, it's not just the fact that there are suicidal thoughts there, but there's also action there. And obviously, last year there was action towards with the thoughts. Um, so I'm like, that's great. I've got the alphabet.
Well,
um, yeah.
for starters, congratulations on failing at the suicide. I will always congratulate people that fail at that because I am a 6-time failure. So glad that you failed. I kind of like having you around. You're fun, and you wouldn't be here on the show anymore. So like, way to suck at at that part. So, but as far as collecting more and more diagnosis, I swear to God, again, it's not Pokemon.
Hey, look, if you're gonna do something, you got to do it right. And I was always good. I was always a good student, and
You understood the assignment.
exactly. uh, um, yeah. Look, I'm still learning a lot. Also, there's a lot of disassociating that I did not know. I used to just call it zone outs. Like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I just zoned out.
I mean,
I didn't know.
I mean,
Literally up
to
until
be fair, that's a fair thing because I mean, I know that's why I don't go to therapy because I don't want to fucking know all the things that's wrong with me. I just
I
learn them from you. Because you're talking and you're explaining all these things. I'm like, yeah, yeah.
that's Nelly.
Shit, I read that one now.
um, but yes, no. So there's a lot of disassociate. There's a lot of big words.
Disassociation. There we go.
Thank you.
It's late. It's early.
It's like it's early. Yeah, it's a whole thing.
Words just aren't coming today.
Yeah. Um. So yeah, there is a lot of things that my brain has unlocked that I forgot about that throughout last year's mental health journey that I went through. There'd be moments where I was like, when I was in the facility, and when you're there, like you don't leave or anything like that. You get your own room, you got your own bathroom, toilet. No one can come into your room. It's your room. And every day, the doctor, the psychiatrist, the psychologist, they're always coming in and checking on you. You have 3 classes a day.
Okay. No.
You have to at least attend one of those classes. You can do all 3, but you have to at least attend one. It's a way of getting the patient out of the room. And within that week, we go for a walk. I never did because I was like, no. But I don't like exercising. So I'm not doing it on purpose. I'm not doing it. If I'm running from someone. I'm not running on
You're
purpose.
running for the ice cream truck. You're right. Which
I don't want
surprises me because you're a very fit person. Like every time I see you, you look very, I don't know,
to genetics,
fun.
babe.
No,
Genetics.
I was gonna.
I don't know.
You got great ones then, but because I don't work after my surgery. in 2024. Yeah, yeah, it was last year, 2 years ago. I don't whatever the fucking thing that was. I put on 60 pounds because I stopped working out. You don't work out, and you're like, I look great. I look amazing. Fuck y'all.
Well, I've never said that, but maybe one day I will.
I'm
No,
sure you have at
I
some
really
point
haven't.
in your tiny
Do you know
head.
once I have tried to compliment myself and I laughed so much about it? I was like, oh my God, don't I look great? And then I laughed.
I get that because like ev- I always joke because everyone is always complimenting me. Like rather be like hair, what I'm wearing, type of person I am, whatever. And it's always uncomfortable. I hate
Mm.
it. I hate it with a passion. And I understand the whole trying to compliment yourself because I said something and I was like, oh, that didn't sound right. Oh,
Ooh.
creeped myself out. I was like, oh, I got to take the skin off. And then I had a whole anxiety attack and like had like ended up shaving like all the hair on my arms and my like uh like my chest and everything. And I was like, ah. And then I shaved my head and I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah. I felt better. It was weird. It was a whole weird thing. All
I
because I
understand.
did that because like I complimented myself and because I felt weird
Yeah,
about it.
I think it's weird. I admire people that genuinely will do that. Like I know a couple of people that'll be like, I love myself today. Like I look good. And I'm like, I couldn't do that. Like, good on you, but I couldn't do that. And you know that whole thing where people are like, if you can't love yourself, you can't, how will you love others?
Yeah,
I think that really, I love others so much more than I love myself. That's probably why I have so much room to love.
that's
It's
fair.
just,
Like, yeah, I can see that because I did the same thing because I I I know me. I'm I hang out with me on a daily basis. I know I feel like I'm just a horrible person, so I just show all the love that like I should probably show myself to everybody else, which is probably
yeah.
why the day that I pass away, I'm gonna need like a fucking stadium to fill
Mm,
to fill that. And even then, I'm gonna be like, "Are you on the?" I'm gonna have people going, "Are you on the list?"
you're on the list. Who's the VIPs?
Yeah, there's gotta have to be, like a VIP section because there's the top tier people, then there's the lower tier people, and there's people that I'm like, oh yeah, I know you. Who are
Mm,
you again?
it's insane.
It is.
Uh,
So
but since then, ah, just been a hell of a year. Learning new things, finding out how I am. But then there's all this. I'm struggling with admitting to people, autistic, ADHD, all of that kind of stuff, because I don't know how to say this without, I just don't want to be mean to anybody. I feel like everyone is self diagnosing and abusing these mental health issues. Like, just because you like things straight doesn't mean you're OCD. You can leave it. If it was just a fall, like you could walk away, it won't bother you. I won't sleep until that thing is fixed. Otherwise, I will cry. I will have a mental breakdown. I will tear myself, fix it. And I am at that. I don't want to use mental health in any shape or form as an excuse to not be able to do something. Like I still try really hard. Like I put myself down on a daily basis and I know I do. It doesn't really hurt me. It hurts other people around me. Um, like, they at least once a week I'll be like, damn, I'm literally useless. I can't work, I can't do this, I can't do that, I'm asthmatic, I blah 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 blah. And then, my partner will be like, you're not useless, you do a lot around the house. And I'm like, but I'm a woman. I have to do that. You go to work, I clean the house. That is not something that is something. Like, you got to do it. If you don't clean it, it won't clean itself. But then
wish
it's
it
like,
did.
that's like, but then that's that. part of me, because that's how I was raised, but then there will be a day where I'll be like, I just want to lay down and do nothing. And then just say I did. I, I end up feeling crazy guilty because I didn't do the washing. Or he's like, I'll order pizza. You don't have to make dinner. But I'm like, but I'm, but I, but I can. Now I feel like shit. Not that you made me feel like shit, but now I feel like shit. But I I hide the diagnostic part of things because I don't know if people will take me seriously or if people are thinking that it's just an excuse.
I
And
get that
that's
one. Oh, yeah, I
and,
get that one.
and that's what I'm starting to struggle with. I've known about 50%, no, 45% of my diagnoses. There's a lot of new ones. There's a lot of new illnesses. Um, but it's just today everyone has ADHD like it's a new bloody bag. Like, buy it. It's my designer health issue. Like, come on. Stop it. Um,
Yeah, that is something I think that has gotten way worse as time has gone on, as everybody is just
abusing
so
us.
yeah, they it's so they're so eager to have their own label, you know,
Yeah.
have their own excuse on why they are the way they are.
Mm,
Sometimes you're just lazy. Sometimes you're just an asshole. Sometimes you're just, okay, maybe yeah, okay. Well, maybe you are a little crazy, but aren't we
mm,
all?
yeah. It's yeah. It's not easy. Like even like just say with my father, that thing. Um, People be like, "Oh, but why? There's got to be a reason." Like, what's? I'm like, his reason is he's a dick.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm. They're like, "Oh, but the war messed. He was messed up before the war." I
yeah.
mean, a lot of people would turn around. Like even when I thought I'd start working. 2 years ago, I was working, and it was a really hard thing for me because the place I was working, everyone knew my dad,
Mm.
and I grew up, painting houses, fixing things. Hey, darling. Um, and it'll be like, oh, she's got her dad's hand. No, I don't. Or, oh, your dad is such a great man. I'm like, look, I wish I knew that man because I don't know that man. The person you're talking about is a stranger to me. I don't know who that is. As a father, he was horrible. As a friend, I'm assuming he was great. But trying to say, oh, the war messed him up, or he's got this, or he's that. Yeah, he's most definitely got something, but that's not an excuse to do what he did.
Oh God, no.
Up until last year, I thought it was totally normal for a dad to be in the shower with their child and shave them. I was 16, 17. I thought that was normal. I thought
No,
your thighs and things like that was normal.
no, 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 no.
Well, I know that now, and it's mm, like I unlocked so many things. And speaking to my mum about it, she was like, "Wait, I remember that. Why didn't we?" And I'm like, "I don't know."
Okay, so
Yeah.
speaking of all that, After you did the podcast, and it was the most listened to on Spotify, and you had a significant amount of views on YouTube. Uh, did your mom or any of your family say anything to you about everything you talked about?
That's a hard one. Mum knew about it. She couldn't watch it. More so, she can't watch war movies. But we did talk about it, certain things about the podcast, and especially last year, a lot of things popped up. The rest of my family, I think that what I'm doing and what I have done is stupid, and our business should be kept indoors, not for the world to hear it. So I don't tell them things.
I mean, I get there are certain people that are private, and if they want to deal with all their issues in house, that's
Mm-hmm.
perfectly fine. That is your journey. You can do whatever it is you want. But then there's the people like you. They're like, nah, no, we're talking about this. The world, there's a lot of people out there that, I mean, granted, there's not a lot of people in the world, hopefully, that have never gone through literally everything that you've gone through. That, but there's a significant amount that can probably pinpoint this, and this out of your story and can relate, and that can help somebody. Hence
And
the whole
yes,
reason for the show.
and that's pretty much the reason why I want to do this. I'm not the one that would ever go around talking about things, but like I said to my family, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about my personal experience. It's about me. And if something that I say may trigger something for somebody else and be like, hang on, if they did that, maybe I can ask a question. Maybe I can do something similar. There's people help people. You live with people at the end of the day. And if we can't be there for each other, what's the point?
Right. There's that old saying, hurt people hurt people. Well, I like to believe that healed people heal people.
100%. 100%.
So,
But yeah.
speaking of your scumbag dad, so you and I had a brief exchange last year because he was coming back to Australia, if I'm remembering the conversation right, and we pulled we pulled the video version from YouTube. I don't know why we didn't do the Spotify one, but we pulled the video version. Excuse me.
Okay.
So, why don't we talk about that? If you don't mind, what was the reason why you needed me to pull that?
So the only reason why it was the video version only is because face is there. He does not know me as Nelly. So that's why I think, that's why the vocal one is fine. But I got a message from him, and it kind of sent, all right, the first message was more like, don't think I forgot, I'm still coming for you. And I thought, okay, well, I get this message almost like once a month. It's totally fine. But then I spoke to my uncle, and he lives up in Canberra, and he was telling me that your dad is coming. He goes, now, usually I don't say anything, but this particular phone call, he was concerned. And he said that he had said a couple of things that were a bit alarming. A lot of my family members, male, were getting ready for him. My uncle wanted me to go and stay with him, but I thought, no, that's probably a bad idea. So I spoke to my partner and we thought, okay, if things start to get really bad, I'm going to go to Queensland and stay with a friend that lives in what we call buttfuck nowhere.
We have those places here.
Okay. Like the closest grocery store is like 4 hours away or something like that.
Yeah, that's isolated.
Yeah. So, and her husband's a hunter, and that's great. That's what we need. Um, but he still is, and I just had to protect myself in that sense because he was very graphical. I can tell you one of the things that he wants, but I don't know. I can say it. I don't know if it is safe to do so.
We could just talk about that after.
Okay. Uh, yeah. Specific things that he has always set goals for. He really wants that to come to reality. And that's why I reached out to you and said I think that one needs to come down just in case. Because I couldn't remember in my head if I had mentioned anything about where I live or anything like that. So I was like, okay, maybe that one can be pulled, but he doesn't know what Spotify is, so it's totally fine. Yeah, so that's why he was coming for me
Mm.
to finish the job.
Again, Father of the Year.
Yeah. Cheers to
So,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, how does your partner deal with all this? Because I mean, granted, I mean, like I said, I love you, and I think you're like an amazing person with everything that you've gone through and just who you are in general. How does he deal with all of this? How does this affect your guys'
Look, if you're
relationship?
asking me, I definitely think that he deserves a gold medal.
I mean,
Or he needs to be
yeah,
medicated. Deal with this every
little
day.
column A, little column B.
Um, I huh, that is a heavy question because I wonder that every single day. I mean, I get emotional thinking about it now. But he's here. He said because he's a saint. Uh, actually, according to him, that when he passes away, they're going to have a statue of him.
I was just going with stained glass window. But
A stained glass window with his face on
I mean, I'm all for that.
it. No, look, he grew up in a very, very beautiful home where his parents definitely cared about
Showed
their
love the proper way.
yeah. Like, when I first found out they have family dinners, I was like, what on purpose? Like, he's actually want to be together. Like, what's wrong with you?
That's
um,
fair.
yeah. But I have grown a lot. Um, watching how his family treat each other and support each other, and mental health is very, very important to them. And if so much as you get a cut, they're like, oh, just make sure you take it easy, put Band-Aid on. And I'm like, I get a cut and I'm like, oh, just fuck over it. It's what's wrong with you? Like the other day, I just for fun, I very, very, very slowly slid my foot under a car as the lady was reversing, and I was like, "Oh no, squashed foot." But to me, it didn't hurt. It was just like, but anyway. Look, I've learned a lot. Let's just not talk about that moment. I learned a lot from him in the sense of patience. Um, I think it is a challenge for him as well. I'm 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 I know that it's not easy for him to see the person that he loves go through mental health and physical health issues on a daily basis. The amount of medications I take morning and night, the amount of pain. Like I don't know, it's probably too much. I don't know what it's like to pee like a normal person. Every time I pee, I cry. Like it's been a very long time since I've peed like a normal person. Um,
That might be the first time that's ever been brought up on this show.
yeah, I can't, I can't, I can't pee without everything feeling like it's going to fall out.
Well, I feel like you're peeing wrong.
Well, look, I thought I was doing it the right way, but I guess,
Clearly not.
well, hey, that's what you get when your dad fucks your kidney. And then you've got bladder issues.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah. Um, he has a lot of patience. Um, fuck, this is hard.
Well, you know
It's a
me. I like to
hard
ask the hard
question.
question.
Of all questions, that's like the hardest one. He deals with me, I think, simply because he loves me, but also what I go through is a learning curve for him. And also it's something that what he's been through, I'm learning things in the positive sense. And I think it kind of makes us both stronger together.
Would you say that you're basically the yin and the yang?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a very well timed. All right, we're gonna go on to another subject. So get yourself,
Yes.
get your shit
Because that
together,
one, that
Nelly.
one,
Get your shit
I
together.
that one's really hard for me because it's like, how does he? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't even know why he's with me.
To be fair, it had been a while since I made a guest cry, so I had to attempt.
I'm the one that's a fucking robot. So
I know. Listen, I was on my 2026 goals list was to make you cry, and I wasn't sure how I was going to do it, but I knew it had to happen because as long as we've known each other, I've not seen you shed one damn tear, and I'm like, well, that bitch has got to cry this year.
bitch, you gotta cry.
Any-
Look, I mean,
anywho,
I've gotten called into his room so many times. He's like, "Hey, look how sad this is," and I'm just there like, "Did I miss it?" I'm like, "Where was the sad part?" And he's like, "But she found his dad. She found her dad." And I'm like, "Oh, oh."
I mean, okay, so to be fair, so the longer I'm with my fiance, the less robotic I've become, and we were on a video chat, and we were watching something, I think together, or we were just like kind of just both like just scrolling through like TikToks or something like that, and I came across this video, and I don't know why it hit me, but like I just started crying. I'm like, what? And I looked over at the video chat. I'm like, I hate you. And she goes, what did I do? And I was like, I don't know what the fuck you did, but all of a sudden I've become more emotional, and I don't like it. I liked being a robot. I liked not crying over stupid, cutesy, girly bullshit.
Yeah.
So I get it. The longer you're with somebody that is actually good for you and
Look, it's
actually
their
loves
fault. All
you,
right. It's
then
all their.
you become a little less robotic. And honestly, I don't know whether it's good, but it honestly sucks because then you gotta buy Kleenexes for
And then you get this headache. And I'm like,
yes.
oh, crying's good for you. Then why do I have a headache?
Why am I tired afterwards?
Because you haven't done it in like 12 years.
All right, so let's segue into something else here. Uh, um, so it's a brand new year. Technically, I guess, by the time this airs, I don't know, this could air next month in February. I don't know. I don't know when I'm putting this out. Anyway, it's a brand new year. What are your aspirations? What are your goals? I will say this, my 2026 goal for you is to not die.
But did you die?
I'm putting that out there. You are not allowed this year. I've already lost one friend. I'm not doing another one.
I will. Look, I made a suicide pact with a friend, and I'll make one with you. So my promises are sincere, and I keep them.
Good. Well, I love that. So anyway, what are your goals? What are your aspirations for this year?
I want to adopt more animals.
You're you're gonna become a zoo.
Yes. So, yeah, no.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
I don't know where that was going. Um, oh, good question.
I
I think
know. I'm on
I think
fire
it.
today.
Oh no, what is wrong? Wow. Oof. I
For those of you that are on Spotify, I have stumped Nelly yet again. She's over here.
uh,
She's laughing so hard she's dying, which would again break the fucking pact that she just made. So clearly she's trying to lie to me already this year.
that's. I will probably say I would love to go 4-wheel driving in the high country that we do have in the talk, like we're in the talks of it. So that is something I have never done, like proper full blown bush camping. Well, because we're in Australia and everything's going to kill me. So that's great. And also, I just, hey, I made a pact that I won't kill myself. Didn't say that a spider won't.
That's fair. Where you live, literally everything is giant and wants to kill you. So that's why I don't visit.
Oh my
I
god,
have
it's so cute. It's lovely here.
I have enough things that are in this fucking state or this country that wants to kill me. I don't know if I could go to another country and see the giant ass fucking spider the size of Texas where I'd be get off the plane. Nope. Get this bitch back up there.
You know what? Can I just say, our biggest spider will never kill you. Our smallest one, though, will.
Well, Whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. I'm not really big on wanting to come to
Our
your
biggest
Parker.
spider is literally like a little puppy dog. It will play with you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna play with a spider, Nelly.
It's got a couple more legs than we do.
A couple. A
Probably
couple.
has ADHD. Just play with the damn thing.
I'm not playing with the fucking spider, and I'm not gonna fucking play with the kangaroo. I'll eat the damn kangaroo, but I ain't fucking
Oh
playing
my
with the
god, I cooked
kangaroo.
that today. It was fucking mint.
We had, like, at the grocery store I had, whenever they brought a kangaroo in, I thought of you, and I was like, I should fucking message her and find out, like, what the best fucking proper way to cook this damn thing.
It's actually a very fun way to cook kangaroo the proper way. Yes, the best easy way to cook it is definitely grill, but like charcoal, not gas.
Yeah, I don't do gas. I like charcoal cooking is whenever it comes to barbecuing.
Otherwise, do you know what bark is?
Are we talking like almond bark, like chocolate, vanilla, that kind of stuff?
like off a tree.
Oh, that.
They look like and some of them are like paper.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. So you dig a hole in your backyard, right?
Okay.
I'm not kidding. I will find you the proper recipe. I will send it to you.
Okay.
Dig a hole in the backyard. Do everything you would do with charcoal on a barbie, but in the ground. Right? But you don't set it on fire. You just wait for the coal to warm up the air, like the whole spot. Then in foil, you wrap up your kangaroo. You put that in the little thingy in the hole with your coal, and then you cover it with the paper bark. And you cook it like that, and then you eat it when it's done.
Well, clearly, I would hope that you would eat it whenever it's done. But I just
But
gotta
it is
say, the entire time that we've known each other, and both, or even with the first time that I got you here, I gotta say that I was hoping eventually I could get an Australian to say Barbie on here because I just thought that was just one of those like things that Americans like made up that Australians say.
What is it that you guys think we say all the time? The shrimp.
Yeah, put another shrimp on the Barbie or
But
whatever.
did you know that
However
we
they
don't
make.
actually put shrimp on the Barbie?
I mean, it's actually not bad if you do it properly.
It's not. Well, we do put sausages and
Well, I would hope so because that's just like a
I mean,
universal
I
thing.
can get Jared to come and say it like a real Aussie because he's Aussie.
I'm just getting all the things from the checklist of things that I've been wanting to hear from you.
I mean, I could say it, chucking up on the Barbie, but it's just not going to sound the same as he would. Babe, can you say Barbie? Come say something in Aussie. In Aussie.
Come and say something Australian, eh?
Doesn't he just sound proper?
That is a proper Australian.
Hello.
What do we put on barbecues? A sanger? That's a sandwich.
Let me think here. Just give me like an Australian singer. Hey, mate, on your way over, can you pop down to the servo and grab a bag of rice so we can have snags on the barbie? I don't really know.
There you go.
What do we say? How do I speak?
You speak like that. I don't know.
Servo, smoko, barbie, anything in Australia either ends in an O or a Y.
So
and our nicknames for people
Oh, these are
either
fun.
only shorten everything, unless your name's like Bob, then it's Bobby. It's the only time we learn anything.
That makes sense. I only bring this up because I was telling my daughter last night whenever I was picking her up for work that I had to wake up early to talk to I was like my friend Nelly in Australia, and I was like she had asked because she has my kids don't really watch or listen to the podcast. At least I hope they don't. uh, but and I was telling her about how you have kind of like a hybrid like way of speaking because you have like where like your lineage where you like where you were born and then you like the Australian so you have like a hybrid thing. So I was like, and she had asked if it was like a thick accent. I was like, no, I mean I can clearly understand her, but I was like, I haven't actually had a chance to really talk to her partner, who I know is Aussie Aussie. So
Aussie.
So, like, probably the hardest thing with us Australians, I suppose it would be the exact same with Americans or even British of that fact. Like, the more, say, country you go or the more rural you go, would be the more harder to understand they are with their tongue speech. Like, say, if you were to go to Texas and speak to a Texan, like, just their pronunciation of a lot of words may be butchered in that aspect.
oh, I
Where,
can
like,
confirm that.
if I was to speak to a rural Australian, like, I would understand it because it'd be just a lot of shortened English.
And there's a lot of clicking
Yeah,
and whistling.
they
Why do
just,
they whistle? Just like, what do
That's
you?
a thing.
Yeah.
yeah, we do that.
They're like,
Okay.
Not like what you've seen of the stereotypical, like, African tribes where they, call each other by like clicks and whistles.
yeah, not
But
that.
like we'll just, throw in a every once in a while, like, oh yeah, yeah, give me out. Like,
I was
Yeah.
gonna say like the first time I ever heard. I mean, yeah, I mean, obviously you grew up and like in school, you learn the countries and stuff like that. But the first ever Australian accent I ever heard was Crocodile Dundee.
oh, 100%. Yeah.
Oh,
So like, and honestly, I fell in love with like the the accent, the like the just kind of like the simplicity of how that movie made everybody there look at the time. I'm assuming that most of the country is not like that anymore.
look, we are.
I won't disagree with that, but I won't agree with it at the same time. Like, if you do say go your country towns, it is that way. Like, still 100%. Our more, say, populated cities, like, fair enough, our populated cities is probably still to the population of what your country towns have in that aspect. But, like, say if you were in your Melbourne or your Sydneys, which are like our main capital cities, you do have your more, I'll say, proper spoken English in that aspect. Like, everyone's a bit more proper pronunciated and all that sort of stuff like that. But definitely the further you get out, you start getting your
Not
what's
so sophisticated.
known as like an ochre accent, which was played on in your Crocodile Dundees and those kind of movies where or even Kano in Mortal Kombat. I don't know if you've seen the movie.
Yeah.
He's naturally an Australian accent, but he sort of puts the sauce on it a little bit with it, turns it up to like 11, so to speak, like that, with the accent and the pronunciation and all that sort of stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that I know. Like
You know what?
here in the
The one thing
States.
you can say to your kids, and it's safe, it's not rude. A galah is a bird here in Australia, a very beautiful bird, which you should Maybe if you want, when you have time, look at it. And whenever your kids are doing your head in, you say, "You bloody galah."
So
That's
I know the British got our
It's
neighbours,
really cute.
which was like our soap opera, like our days of our lives kind of thing like that. And the British absolutely love it. Like they froth it. But its rival sort of thing was called Home and Away. And there used to be a character on this called Alf. And Alf was that way, like, oh, you bloody flaming galah.
Well, Struth.
Yeah, like he was like your real old ocker.
Your dad talks like that.
Yeah, but but that wasn't educated, you know what I mean? Like that.
This is going. He's gonna. What if he watches this?
No, but
Dad goes and watches it. Dad wasn't educated.
no, that's he would understand what I meant if you were to watch this or listen to it. Like Dad, you know what I mean?
Mm. Anyway, remember that, and you can call your kids that when they do your head in. You bloody galah.
Yeah, okay. So she asked, she's like, I know my daughter did ask, she's like, so do they drop the C word like the British do? And I was like,
Oh,
yeah, I
heck
was like,
yeah.
we actually talked about this in the first episode, how it's just unfair how you guys can just fucking throw that around so damn freely, but
I love
here
how
in the
he's
States,
saying,
it's such a fucking horrible fucking thing to
do you
do.
know that it is an honor to be called
You should
a
have had a
cunt?
conversation with Colby the other week.
Yeah, I was just about to say it is an honor if I call him a cunt. But if I turned around and called him a mate, that is
or a chief. Chief is
or
like
chief.
the
Or
lowest. They're the lowest.
That's actually a horrible thing. Like you do not want to call your good friend a champ because it's like you're like that little, but a cunt. Yeah.
See, I know with at least with my guy friends and some of my chick friends, like eventually I will call them a cunt in a loving term. It's like that or bitch or hoe, whatever. It all depends on the context of the conversation.
Right.
But if there's a time where me and you have had a conversation, like a voice notes or something like that on Snapchat, I at some point within like an hour will drop so many cunts in like a whole conversation, and I'm like, well, I think I've been talking to Nelly a little too long today. I should probably retire that word for the evening.
Good night, Nelly. I'll speak to you next week. No, it's definitely a very normal thing here. I mean, it is nice. You don't get offended by it.
Well, yeah, you got your country right now is probably. I would hope. I don't really keep track of all of your guys' politics, but I would hope that it's a little less fucking whiny ass bullshit down there than it is here.
Nah. Do you know how many are wanting Trump to come and kidnap our elbow fuck up? Like, hey, Trump, while you're doing this, can you come and take Trump with you? I mean, elbow with you? Nah, he is absolutely rubbish. Like, he can honestly, the politics here is just horrible.
Does the politics there make your make mental health kind of reel this back or reel it in a little bit?
Yeah.
Does it make it easier or harder to get mental health?
Okay.
You had much issues with it?
No. So the one thing I do have to say, no matter what is going on with Australia politically or whatever, I feel like here, mental health is taken extremely seriously. Like, you can call in and say, I need a mental health day and still get paid, and you don't have to go to work because it's taken very seriously. Like I said, there's literally facilities that you can just walk into and they'll be like, okay, that's fine. You don't have to pay for it. But, like I was supposed to be there for 2 weeks and ended up being there for a month because they wanted to make sure that I was not going to do anything. And also animal welfare. Like, we care more about animals than we do people.
I feel like that's just becoming the world here. I know my daughter and my fiance, they care more about animals than they do other people. They would prefer to have conversations with animals than other people. Um,
100%.
listen, like,
I just say there is a joke out there that says, I love my people like I love my tea in a bag underwater. Like, it is a funny joke.
it is a funny joke. I mean, I'll giggle every time I hear it.
I only
Um,
heard yesterday.
that's been all over my FYP on TikTok for like a week.
I only seen it yesterday. No, this morning. This morning. I'm so excited about that.
Yeah.
No, definitely when it comes to mental health here, I haven't noticed that has when it comes to getting help, that has not changed. But I have noticed that throughout, say, since COVID, because I don't know how it was like there, but here, specifically in Victoria, we had full curfew. We had a certain kilometer radius that you could travel. And also you had to qualify to be able to leave the house. So if you, like, say, when Jared was working during COVID, he had to get it signed every time he arrived and left. So if he did get pulled over, he would show the police, okay, so it's like a little logbook, like, yeah, I'm allowed to work.
So here, the because of where I am in Missouri, uh, we were all very much against a lot of the regulations because we're like it's a fucking cold. It's a flu essentially. So a lot of like there was like the mask mandates where you had to wear the fucking mask, and uh, and that's where I learned that I don't like things on my face. So I was like, no, I'm not doing this.
Hey.
I mean, granted, like whenever I worked, like uh, if I wasn't feeling right, if I wasn't feeling like if I felt like I had like a head cold, I would put the mask on. But anytime I was not around anybody, I fucking took that thing off.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and then just honestly, traveling here was easy. I mean, because we just literally got into our car and went anywhere. We didn't have to sign anything. We didn't get we didn't have to have special permission to work. Though, I mean, there was this whole big hubbub about like only like certain jobs were became remote to where you could work from home, which I didn't have that job. I worked for the first part of COVID. I worked in a grocery store, so like I had to be there, and that was fucking chaotic in itself. um and I mean, yeah, we had to like obviously it was like the 6 feet apart, but I was like, I'm bad with measurements, so I was like, how far 6 feet? And then like people that I don't know was like if they were coming over and to talk to me, or if they were just annoying me, like, you need to be farther away in
Yeah.
another town.
and could just leave.
Yeah. So I mean, it
No.
wasn't too bad. I mean, it. I will say this: driving, like my fiance said that the best part about COVID was there wasn't too many people on the road, so
Yes,
it was
that
great.
was always good. No,
I
here
missed
there was
that.
you weren't allowed to leave your house. I think at 9 p.m. No one was allowed to. 8 p.m. It was 9. Then you went to 8. Um, like no one. It was dead quiet. There was no one around. It was. I liked it.
I was just gonna say, did you thrive in this environment here?
Look, I personally think that we should bring back. Look, for someone that is scared to walk to the end of the street, thinking that constantly people are following me, I loved it because I was like, you can't get out, and you can't get out, and you can't get
So, but you
out.
guys were just like legit, like you could actually get out of your house, or you just couldn't leave your property.
You could go up to the mailbox.
What, just for like a certain amount of time?
No, no, no. You could hang out at the front of your house, but that's as far as you could go. And if you were to travel within non hours, you could only, I don't know, I think that's 3 miles, 5 kilometers. We could only drive 5 kilometers away from our house, which I think is 3 miles.
Wow. And you thrived in that.
I bloody loved that because I was like, the only thing that got me was every time I would have to go do the groceries, everyone was in masks, and my anxiety I would start sweating. I'd get itchy. I'd get faint. I'd be like, everyone's in a mask. I can't identify you. I don't know who you are. That was, to me, that in itself was absolutely terrifying.
I didn't like the mask, and I always found it funny because like I don't know about there, but here we always had this thing like with our banks and our stores that like your face had to be uncovered. We had to be able to identify you, blah blah blah. And now we're encouraging people to fucking like
Yeah.
layer up their
How
face,
would
and
you?
I'm like, it was weird.
No, I luckily I've got asthma, so I didn't have to wear the mask. Like I've got severe asthma, so I didn't have to. But because everyone else was, I was terrified. So I'd be there like, I want to go home now. Um, yeah. I think 3 kilometers is like, sorry, 5 kilometers is 3 miles for you guys. I don't know, but
Measurements, math. It was never my strong suit.
but no, it had its good moments, but I think it made people that had already have mental health issues. I think in some way it unlocked things, like for instance the mask thing. It unlocked some new things that was like,
Yeah.
okay, or like even though you felt like I felt comfortable because I was like, okay, no one can come into my house, and he's on night shift. When my he's doing 12-hour shifts at night, and I'm at home alone, and these thoughts are going in through my head. I still struggle with like voices and things like that. And during that time, I was like, okay, no one's going to come in because no one's allowed to. And I was in my head, I was like, okay, so these are the rules. And with my mental health, rules make a lot of sense to me. Rules to me are extremely important. Like that's why I love puzzles, because there's only one way they can go.
There.
So I could sit and do puzzles all day long because it makes sense to me. And during COVID, it made sense to me that no one is going to come in the house and do things like, silly things that go through my head. So that was a positive. But then there was a lot of bad things. Like I said, the unlocking of new trauma things. And it's like, nah. But yeah.
No, that makes sense because I learned with COVID was that because my youngest son he collects COVID like every year. You know, he just like, hey, I haven't had COVID since last year. I'm gonna get it again. Well, the first time the poor kid ever got it, uh,
Mm.
I was around him, and it was during the early stages. So like, we were told that if you came in contact with somebody, you had to quarantine here for like 2 weeks. And I never showed any symptoms, but I was around him, so like I was locked in my apartment for 2 weeks, and I always thought that I could do that. I mean, granted, I just started the show, so it gave me a lot of time to record.
Yeah.
But, I can only do that for so long. And I can only watch TV or play video games for so long before I get a little restless. And I'm one of those impulsive people. If like I feel like the urge to go somewhere, I gotta go. Like it'll drive me
Yeah.
absolutely insane if I don't. Well, now I'm in a situation where I can't go anywhere, and I think it literally unlocked the worst parts about every bit of depression or anxiety that I had held back because I had a legit wasn't too much longer after that. I had a legit mental breakdown.
Wow.
And I was in a relationship, and it got to the point where I could not even be around her without having like a major anxiety attack.
Oh, wow.
And so like I mean that relationship ended soon after because I was like, if I can't be around you, what's the point of the relationship?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's, yeah.
yeah, it sucked, but I think that whole time there was some good parts, less traffic, didn't really have to talk to a lot of people, but I think in the grand scheme of things, it harmed a lot more people and mentally than people want to admit.
I've seen people that will never admit it, like prior to turning around and saying, okay, why is my heart beating so quickly? And why am I, and I'm like, oh, okay, so now let's do some box breathing. I got some things for you. Not me flexing. Mental health, bitch, I got you.
Well, let's talk about your physical health. I mean, we talked about it a little bit before we started recording. How are you feeling now? I mean, you've got the wide variety. You've got a wide variety. You got the Thanos Infinity Gauntlet of like physical illnesses. Where are we at with all that?
Ooh. So I still have my brain tumor.
Just can't get rid of him, huh?
No, he's like a best friend you don't want, but it's always there. Like, just go away. um, okay, so unfortunately, it's summer here at the moment, so it's stinking hot. It's crazy. So during the heat, I can't keep my head directly in the sun. It really plays with my hormonal balance, which is where my tumor is. So that is not good. I don't know if I had it last time, but I had a gallbladder attack.
Yeah, like out of all the things that you said, you did not say that one.
Okay. My gallbladder attacked me.
Oh, well, that's rude.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Actually, I originally thought that when the ambulance came in, the way that the pain was so excruciating. They genuinely thought I had broken a rib cage,
Oh,
but it was just a gallbladder attack. Bloody thing. So I now have gallbladder issues where I need to keep an eye on it, and it might need to come out at some point. My seizures, I've had a few last year than I would have. I mean, I was hoping it wouldn't. Just open it. Like, just open it. um, so I've had a few seizures, and the thing that's a bit worrisome is they've started to happen while I'm asleep.
oh, yeah, that's pretty worrying.
Yeah, so because I get very, very vivid night terrors to the point I'll wake up completely drenched, puffing as if I was running in real life. Jared would have to physically wake me up. Because of those, sometimes it's hard to wake me up because of the stress of it, it's caused me a seizure throughout my night terror. I still have kidney disease. And with that, I have, I don't know the name of it, but I've got I got a bladder situation where, okay, so it's not UTIs. I don't get UTIs. It's a kidney infection
Mm-hmm.
caused by kidney disease. And the fact that it's only at 3% function.
Oh,
And because of that, my bladder itself has grown pockets. So when you go to urinate, that's why I said when you go to the toilet to wee, it's like second nature. It just happens. When I go, I have to physically prepare myself mentally, and hold, there is a rail in my bathroom that I hold on to because I will rip something off. That is how painful it is for me to go
oh,
to the toilet. Yeah. When I say I feel like things are going to fall out, I genuinely feel like my organs are going to fall out. That's how painful it is. And I have actually recently realized that if I cross my legs and urinate, it's a little less painful. But it's like a whole ow, ow, ow kind of thing.
I mean,
So
that's how I feel after I eat Taco Bell, but I mean, I don't brag about it, but whatever.
but I now obviously self-catheterize. I'm supposed to do it 4 times a day, but look, I can master a lot of things, but I genuinely can't find the hole. So
There's jokes there.
I know, and I'm not. I wish I was genuinely. I can't. I didn't know. I
Yeah.
actually did not know that we had 3. There was just 1. I'm like, what kind of bloody aliens are we? Like, what?
I always knew you women were difficult, but I mean, you take aside the jokes alone about finding a hole in anything, and I'm trying really hard to keep this clean. uh, but I learn new things about women almost daily.
Yeah.
That I didn't know. I mean, granted, I don't really pay that much attention to anatomy.
Well, she's like, oh, it's in this hole. I'm like, I'm putting it in there, but every time I go take it out, I'm ripping myself up. Like I've torn myself on the inside with the catheter. Anyway, it's the things that I've had to do has put me in. I feel like I've lost all. I don't know what the word is. Moral? No. But I've had to urinate in front of 7 doctors on purpose.
Okay.
It's
That
humiliating.
that brings up another question, because I know I myself had to check myself into the nut hut, and I don't know about there, but whenever you were talking about yours, and saying you're talking about recently with this just doctor visit about having to do anything, did you have to shower in front of people?
No.
I did. And what was more uncomfortable, and I kid you not, I want to say 25. And I'm checking myself into the nut hut. I might have been 30. I don't know. I don't really pay much attention to the timing here. But I had to shower in front of in front of these nurses that because so they make sure that we're not smuggling anything or doing doing anything we're not supposed to be doing. But the more uncomfortable part of that was I mean, the first time it was like a very attractive nurse. Okay, that one didn't bother me. It was the men that bothered me. In the sense of, I didn't like showering in front of anybody in high school, much less people with their eyeballs on me at all times. Like, it was weird, and it's humiliating. It's
Yes.
and whenever you
I
have to
felt
do like
so
the urine test
degraded.
and stuff like that, and people are just like staring at you, because I've had to do a couple like drug tests, and like I've had the
Yeah.
guy like staring at me. I'm like, listen, bro, listen. Either you're gonna not be keeping your eyes up here, or uh, take me out to dinner, something, because I feel like we're way too intimate right now.
Yeah. No, it's not. So the only reason why I had to do that was because they had to see at what point am I busting. S- So I was on the bed, like the surgery bed, and underneath your butt is a hole, and there is a
Mhm.
bucket under that hole, an actual just like bucket. Anyway, so there's 7 doctors, which I think a couple of nurses, doctors, whatever. But I know there were 7 in the room, and they put 3 catheters in my pee hole at once, and then 2 in the back passage, and then they just pumped you up with fluids through there. So that would pump you up, and then say you'd be like, okay, yeah, I'm feeling like I need to go to the toilet, and they're like, okay, let us know when you feel full, when you feel like, yep, I really need to go, or yep, this is it. If I don't find a toilet right now, I'm going to pee myself. Now, my I need to go right now, otherwise I'm going to pee myself was like that much urine, which is nothing. And they're like, wait, you're bloated. I'm like, yeah, I genuinely feel like I'm going to pee myself. And there was nothing in there. And they're like, so that's when they realize I've got bladder issues. But that was just humiliating. Like the amount of things that I've had to do. I mean, the first time I was butt naked in front of police officers, I was 15. That's when I think I mentioned it in the past one.
Mhm.
You know, it's not a good feeling.
I mean, to be fair, being naked in front of like anyone but the person that you're normally intimate with is
Um,
kind of like a weird thing. I mean, at least it is to
yes.
me. I mean, Now, unless you're younger and you're drunk and you think streaking is like entertainment, but usually tequila is very great at like taking away inhibitions.
Oh, I was 2 years sober, and just before New Year's, I slipped.
Happens. Are you back on the sober train?
Well, that's where I want. I know in my brain that I want to, but people around me are
Make it difficult.
make it difficult because I was more fun when I drank, or I was a better person when I drank, or I was why am I thinking of turtle? Tolerable?
Tolerable.
Thank you. Wow, that was hard.
I mean, from now on, we're just gonna call it turtleable.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that's a word, and you're not
yeah,
cool unless you're in the turtle club anyway.
yeah.
So
Am I? Yep, yep. Oh my god, I missed that movie. And I also have been told that being sober isn't. I'm struggling with it. I don't know. I'm getting all this information that it's weak, or
it is
it's not an addiction if it helps you.
no, no.
And I'm okay. Okay. I I feel like that's wrong because I struggle to I find it hard to get very like plastered. Do you know what that means? Like completely.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Um, because one, addiction runs in the family,
Mm-hmm.
and I know that that is actually that's. Wow, my English is not great today. Is passed down. From what I've heard.
Genetics. Yeah.
Thank you. I was going to say heritage.
Little column A, little column B. It happens.
But it's like, oh, it's not an addiction if you know how to stop. And if you, I'm like, well, that's the thing. I don't. Oh, well, then you're just stupid.
Well, yes, but that's not what this has anything to do with it. About. I tell people that all the time because whenever I'm having a conversation about my sobriety, because I've been sober. I guess technically, if you don't count like the couple like 6 hour slip ups that I had, um, it's been about like maybe 10 plus years.
Oh, wow.
And I tell everyone every day it is very hard. I think about it all the time. I want to all the time.
Yeah.
And I learned from somebody that it's not a long term. The long term goal is to stay sober forever, but the short term is I don't need to drink right now. I don't need to drink at this moment. I don't need to drink. I don't need to drink in 6 hours. I don't need to drink today.
Yeah. It's trying to make it every minute of every day.
Yeah,
And it
and
doesn't help when everybody in my life drinks. And when I say I can't, I don't get that support. It's like, oh, just one. I can't have just one. My brain won't let me have just one.
I agree.
Have anyone here that has that problem?
It is very hard because I know whenever I decided that I needed to get sober, it was after I did something really stupid, really kind of disturbing for me,
Hmm.
very off brand, off character, and I realized I was like I have to and like but everybody around me, like all my friends were, like most of them didn't have kids, most of them hadn't been married, and so they were young and they were, they wanted to go get drunk, they wanted to have the barbecues, and like the camping and stuff like that, where everybody got hammered and still, and I couldn't do it. I to this like the hard part about it is that I had to cut off a lot of friendships or back away from a lot of friendships because I did not trust myself not to drink.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very hard if you don't have that support. I know that it's so horrible because it's not for me. It's not just alcohol. Like I have an addictive personality. Anything
Hmm.
that I find enjoyable
It's not going to stop.
becomes
And
boom. Yeah,
yeah. And I need to start, and that's where I'm like, this year definitely I need to take action and take the sobriety seriously. Not that I didn't, it's just I didn't have anybody to lean on because there is no one that I know of that I can lean on when it comes to alcoholic. And yeah, I think that would be something for this year to answer that question that you asked a very, very, very long time. I think that I'm going to try and put myself in a couple of programs.
that was gonna be my next question: is if they have like the Alcoholics Anonymous kind of organizations there.
They do. It's just the thing is that's where the other mental health part of things kicks in. It's like I got to go on my own. There's going to be strangers. I don't want to do this, but this is important. And I have this whole conversation with myself where I tire myself out, pop my pills, and go to bed.
I would probably look in to see if like there's any kind of virtual,
Yeah,
um,
something like that.
because I feel like I would feel like maybe that organization is probably
Mm.
understanding that some people just can't get out.
But yeah, I think that this year I'm going to take that a bit more serious and try to, yeah, tell people no. Like the whole for New Year's, I was at home. I did get invited, but I said, look, I can't because there's going to be alcohol and people are going to offer it. And I'm going to feel bad to say no, but also I probably wouldn't want to say no. So I didn't go.
I get that because saying no and it's hard whenever it's your friends or your like the people that you love, because that they don't most likely most of them don't have a problem with it, but you
Mm.
do.
Well, actually,
And you don't want to be the wet blanket.
yeah. I I do have a question though.
What's up
Is there alcohol around your house?
right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I have wine that a friend of mine gave me so I could cook with it. But I have not opened it. It's still, I've had it for
Okay.
4 or 5 years, and I'm looking
So
at the
I've
cabinet that it's in.
so I've got a lot. of alcohol. Like I have a buffet. I have a collection of Jacks, and obviously my partner has a drink every night. And I was going to ask you how or what would be the best way to deal with that, because I don't want him to stop or because of me. But it's definitely something that I look at. If I'm literally looking at a whole collection of Jack right now. It is hard.
I think because I've had these kind of conversations with every partner that I've had since starting the sobriety. Um, I know that I can't be around it without wanting it.
Mm,
It's just a lot of willpower. But it's a lot of honesty, having that open, like just uncomfortable conversation. Be like, I know that you don't have a problem, but I do. I I want to just drink all of that right now, but it's not the best idea. So it's just you want to kind of just talk to them, and you want to just be open and honest, and really just point to the fact that being sober is really important to you, and you're not telling them that they have a problem. You're not asking them to stop drinking. That needs to be a decision on their own. Whether they can be supportive of that, or at least just maybe hide everything. Just put it away from it's not in your view, because I've got
out
to
of
my
sight, out of mind, I think.
yeah to my left. I have a case of wine that I've had for 10 years. Is it
Yeah.
good? Probably. I don't know. I look at it every time I open up the pantry, and I'll look down and I forget. I eventually will forget what's in there, and I'll go to look at it like, oh, it's wine. And then I have to think, how long have I had that? It's gotta be like it's wine, so like I know it ages, and depending on how well it's made, it could that could be very horrible to drink. That could kill me. Or it could be the
Mm,
best fucking thing I've ever put in my mouth, and I want to down the whole bottle. There's no in between,
yeah.
especially in that early stages. Uh, I have gotten to the point. For me, it was always vodka. Vodka was my biggest thing. Like if it was, that's where stupid decisions were made every time. I can have
For
a
me,
beer
it's
because beer is
whiskey.
disgusting. Beer in its like the first beer is always just like the worst thing you will ever put in your mouth. Cannot stand it. I'm not a big fan of tequila. We're
I
not
don't like to.
anymore. uh, Wine is just like it's an acquired thing. There's certain wines that I can have like a little bit of. Like if I go to like a Catholic church, and the communion and stuff like that, or I think it's Catholic church. I don't know, whatever. They'll give you like a little shot glass, tiny little fucking thimble of wine. That's no
Yeah.
problem for me. It's just I know my trigger, vodka. So I try to stay the fuck away from vodka. Really try to stay away from everything, because it's just easier.
Mm,
And so it's knowing what sets you off. It's knowing the trigger, executing a simple, not like overblown proportion. It's a simple. You need to start off with, I don't need a drink today.
mm,
All right. Well, I don't need a drink right now. This moment, this minute. That minute turns into 5, 5 minutes turns into 10, 10 minutes turns into an hour, and then boom, 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 boom. And then
yeah.
it'll eventually snowball to the point where there are days where I don't even, I'm good. I don't think about it. But then there's days
Mm,
that I go to work and it's around me.
yeah.
I mean, I'm thankful that like I get invited to places all the time, but most of the places that I'm invited to have alcohol, and I just choose not to go.
Mm.
And I just tell
Okay.
everyone that I was like, well, I pay my rent and I pay my my electric bill and internet. I was like, so I'm gonna get my money's worth. I just make that
Yes.
excuse. Um,
Yeah.
I think that my biggest one was that me and Bianca's wedding, we're planning it, and her family is Mexican, so they like to drink. I mean,
Yeah.
not saying that they had issues or problems with drinking, but for the most part, stereotypically, they like to drink.
Mhm.
Whenever we had a conversation about that, I was like, I would prefer not to have it. Um, but I will respect your family and your request or your desires, and I will compromise that if they want alcohol, they can bring their own.
That's fair. I
I was
think
like,
I definitely need to learn how to say no, but it's just in my head, I'm like instantly, oh, I'm going to hurt everyone's feelings and everyone's going to hate me.
sometimes you just gotta really just embrace the embrace being hated, embrace the what I like to call the villain era,
Yeah.
of your life. Because sometimes you have to. A long time ago, someone once told me that if everybody in the world loves you, you're not doing life right.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because yes, it's nice to have people love you and respect you, but if there's not a person out there that does not like you, that means you bent over backwards to accommodate them by losing yourself, and you never
Oh,
said no.
wow. That's actually quite deep.
Yeah, I mean, I learned that at 10.
I learned how to drink alcohol.
I mean, I waited
I,
on that one. I also learned what like penthouse was, but that started a whole different part of my life with inappropriate touching with some dude. I don't remember who it was. So,
so
um
mine is definitely beer. I don't classify as alcohol
nah,
because to me, beer is beer. Like it's,
beer's bred in liquid form.
yeah. And I can't get drunk off beer. Like it's just not going to happen.
No, because I can have like one or two, but it's the like I said, it's the vodka that gets
For
me
me,
literally every time.
for me, it's, so I grew up on homemade grappa, which
Hmm.
we call beer. I don't know the percentage because there is none. Like the first time I had my first shot, I was 6. Um, and then between that and whiskey, I don't even put Coke in my whiskey. I like it just straight like that out the bottle, done. Absolutely lovely. But that's the thing. I like it out of the bottle, not out of a glass, like a normal person.
No, that's fine because there we have a thing here in America. I don't know if it's just a Midwest thing, but there's this alcoholic beverage called cactus juice.
Okay.
So it's kind of got this like citrusy kind of thing, and it's so sweet, so good. I have literally drank 2 bottles by myself without anything. Felt fine up until the point I had to stand up to pee, and then that's when like I'm like, oh, okay, I'm drunk, you know.
That's
But
happening.
I never drink it out of a glass. I always drink it out of the bottle, and that's when somebody first mentioned that I may or may not have a problem, and I was like, the only problem I have is I have to pee, and I have to walk all the way over there, and I don't know if I can. It was always there was always an
All I
excuse.
know is that when I drank, I didn't feel a lot of this pain that I'm going through. I didn't feel whether it's physical or mental. I didn't feel anything, and I liked it. And I wanted it to be like that every single day. The weird thing is that every time I did drink, everyone's like, oh my God, she's such an alcoholic. But oh my God, how is she still driving after like 3 or 4 bottles of whiskey? Because I am not a cheap drunk anymore. Like, don't buy me alcohol. You're going to be very poor at the end of the day. But everyone used to say, everyone used to say things like, or joke around and be like, oh, she's an alcoholic. And now that I'm actually admitting it,
Yeah,
people
they
go,
don't like the fact that words become reality.
Mm.
That was always something that I noticed. People like to joke about, you know, like the dark humor. That people like to joke about, you know, like these kind of things. Uh, and whenever they're confronted with, like, no, I really am. Uh, they don't know what to say. They don't know what to do because they don't have that
Mm.
problem, and they don't like being, you know, confronted with like, no, this is my reality. I can't, you know, like I wish that I didn't have this issue. I wish that I wasn't easily
Yeah.
addicted to things, but it is what it is. I mean, I tend
Yeah.
to have fun with it.
You
Makes
still
certain
try.
people uncomfortable after a while, but you know, like, it's you got to do what you got to do.
You gotta do what you gotta do to survive.
Yes. So well, so we're gonna wrap this up because it's getting really late there, and
It's almost 12.
yeah. So one final thing before we go. Out of since the time that you were on before, and as we get closing to this, what is one thing that you are grateful for?
Oh, I am.
And we're gonna take away, you know, obviously your partner because that's a given.
I am. Okay, this is going to probably be a horrible thing to say at the start. So wait till I finish. I am grateful that I failed, but I'm also grateful that it happened because I never would have asked for help.
Nope, makes sense. Because I am grateful that you are a failure. And
You.
more importantly, I'm grateful that in all seriousness, I'm grateful that, you know, we have that connection now because
Yeah.
as somebody that has failed more times than one should really, you know, um it's nice bonding moment of with somebody knowing that like, hey, we've been there, we've been in the darkness, and we tried, we failed, which
Yep.
means that there is a reason why we're still here.
Yep. That is something that I am grateful I failed because that is what made me stronger to speak up and be like, no, I need to do something.
Yes, yes. I've said it before many times on the show. If you're gonna suck at something, dying is one of them. Clearly, I mean, as much as your body hates you, you're still like, hey, I'm still here because I must suck at this whole like dying peacefully thing or quickly.
Clearly not going to happen for me.
You're gonna be like 120 years old and be like, how the hell am I still alive?
At this point, I'm just melted cheese. Just
I like cheese.
no, freaking love cheese. Cheese is just the best.
And that's a great way to end the show.
Yes to cheese.
Anyway, Nels, I love you, and you are absolutely a fun conversation, and you know, obviously, you have a open invite any and every time we can get a chance to do this. Because I feel like there's always so much more. And
Yeah,
take a partner for me.
I will do.
But yeah, I know, this late. He's probably like, "Woman, let's get in bed."
He's playing games.
Oh, and then he's probably
Well,
like, "Woman,
well,
shut the fuck
I
up."
absolutely always enjoy coming here and talking to you. It's also a great way to vent,
Yes,
especially be able to speak to people that have been through or going through similar things. And, it definitely helps. And also, love you but hate you for making me cry.
I'll take it. I'll take it. Should have not put another notch on the.
Um, but yes, definitely, if there is any more questions or anything, I'm always happy to come back.
What I need to do is I need to get you and a couple other, because I there's an idea that I'm floating around, and I was talking with one of my last guests about it, is getting like, because I was raised by women, I always feel more comfortable talking to women, and I learned, like, just literally said in just a little while earlier, that I will learn so much about women every time. Getting Trying to get all of you, like, get like a collection of you ladies and kind of have a round table discussion, and we could talk about like the evils of man, because I hear about it enough.
I'm kidding. No, there are some top notch, dapper looking and acting men out there. Just not like my father, but there are some good men. Yourself, that
Well,
thing over
I
there.
mean, nah,
That the thing over there.
that thing over there, yeah, he good guy, damn good guy. All
Yes,
right.
no, that's absolutely amazing. Thank you so much.
No, thank you. I will always be forever thankful that I get to exist in the time of Nelly. Um, so thank you very much, and obviously, come back whenever we can, get around to it.
Definitely.
Maybe not keep you up so late.
Hey, look, it's fine. I didn't take my meds. I don't need to be sedated yet. It's all good. It's not
Nelly
funny.
unmedicated. Yeah, this is always a fun time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you, we love you, and good night.
Hey.
What's up, guys? In Your Head with Shannon Stanford is a podcast where Shannon talks to everyday people with everyday problems. Everyone has a story, and every story should be told. So you listen right now to Shannon's podcast on Spotify and many other places, y'all. Come on, man. Be the light. Peace.
So I want to thank Nelly for coming back on to the show. Usually whenever I get a chance to talk to her, because of the time difference, it tends to go a lot longer than most of my episodes, but it's still entertaining. She's still very, upfront about her healing. And that's what we want from the show. We want to see people come on the show, talk about the things that have been weighing them down, and then hopefully the next time we talk to them, they're in a better place. She talked about a lot of things, the relationship with her dad just continuing to spiral, and that's sad to hear. I mean, and when she talked about being in that dark, deep pit of despair, and almost self-deleting, it's unnerving, and it's horrible, but she's here. She's still fighting. She's still talking about the things that have been on her mind, and
and weighing her down, and I love to see it. I love to see these people win. I love to see these people, continuously going, and just refusing to quit. Jared Padalecki has that Always Keep Fighting campaign, and I thoroughly 100% believe in it. You should always keep fighting. So yeah. So I want to also thank you, out of all the fucking millions and millions of thousands of podcasts that there are in this world, you're watching this one, you're listening to this one, and I appreciate it. You have no idea how much. Whenever I started this thing, I started it because I watched or I listened to Michael Rosenbaum's podcast, Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum. It's still my favorite podcast of all time. And so just listening to that, made me want to do this. And to where I could talk to my friends and people that I don't know, and regular people. And it's been great. I've made friends here. I've watched people grow. And to me, it's worth it. So thank you very much for listening and watching. So please, wherever you're listening or watching this, subscribe, like, comment, tell me what I'm doing wrong, tell me what you want to see. If you have a story of your own, I'd love to hear it. I've got a bunch of people in my inbox that wants to come on that I've got to schedule, so look for multiple episodes this year. I'm super excited about that. My goal is to get to 100 episodes of the show, and then more. We'll see where it goes. But whenever I started, the goal was to get to 100, and we're getting closer. And with as many people that are wanting to come on, I'm pretty excited by the possibility of getting to reach that number and over. It'll be great. So, if you have questions or if you want to come on the show, we are now on Blue Sky. We are on True Social. We are on X. We're still on Facebook. You can find us on Facebook, In Your Head with Shannon Stanford. It might just be In Your Head with Shannon. Either way, they've got the links to our new social media pages. So yeah. If you have questions, just email me at inyourheadwithshannon@gmail. And I will gladly, check it out, read it. If you've got, questions that you want to ask to be on the show, cool. If you want to be on the show, just reach out. It's cool. So also take care of yourself. The flu's running rampant these days. So vitamin C, hydrate, but if you do end up coming down with it, maybe throw in between naps, throw on the show. I mean, just fall asleep to the soothing sound of my voice. No, I'm joking. I'll probably keep you awake. Anyway, thanks again. Have a wonderful day, night, weekend, whenever you're listening to this. But please, always remember, take care of yourself. All right? There's no better thing in this world than getting out of darkness and not staying in your head. All right? I see what I did there. Have a good day.